Hello, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you all doing today? I am your host, Latrice Huff, business and career coach to ambitious women of color. It is my mission and my movement to help Black women and women of color build businesses they love so they can have the dream life they deserve. All right, so today's topic is how to turn your six-figure career into a six-figure business. Woohoo! Because we want freedom, flexibility, and financial stability, right? Not just one, we want all three. All right. So this is a question I've been getting a lot of like, Latrice, I'm already making six figures, but I'm nervous. I don't want to stay in this job or my company's doing layoffs. How can I have a business that will still support my lifestyle? And so this has been coming up a lot. I've been doing workshops. I've been talking more and more about business. If you all have not noticed the pivot, I've actually been helping my clients start and grow their businesses for years. Just haven't really talked about it and promoted it like I am now. Um, and so this is what we're going to be hearing about. This is going to be the new series that I'm going to do for the whole month of July called Boardroom to Business. So this is the Boardroom to Business series. Okay. So do you have to be in leadership to enjoy and benefit from this series? No, you do not. But if you are, it's going to definitely help you. If you're making six figures or close to it, this is going to help you. The series Boardroom to Business and my Dream Life CEO program is really designed for that Black woman or woman of color who is successful on paper but stressed out in person. If you are like, this is not the life that I was meant to be living, I am max to capacity, or I am worried with what's going on with the economic environment, AI, companies laying off just because they woke up today and felt like it, and you want to control your own income, your own revenue, and your own life, this is going to be for you. All right. So as you all are joining, I saw we had some people from YouTube watching. Give me a hey, give me a hi. If you want to get caught up and you want to know each time I go live, I typically go live on Mondays, but since Monday we were celebrating the holiday, we switched it up a little bit. Be sure to follow me on LinkedIn and hit that notification bell twice so you get notified. If you're joining on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and then the notify little bell twice. That way you'll get notified when I'm going live. And if you're on my email list, we send out emails as well. So we are going to get started. Just a little bit about me. If you are new to me, I have created my own six-figure and multiple six-figure business. I started from zero, okay, like everybody else. I had worked full time and had a business. I've started several businesses, and the most recent, my coaching business, is the one that I took to multiple six figures and hoping will take this business to a million, right? That is the goal. What I have learned along the way is that it is not all about hard work like they tell you. It does involve having mindset shifts, it does involve unlearning some things that we've learned. And it also, and I'm just going to say this, it also involves business skills. You do need some level of business skills, not a degree, business skills, and knowing about mindset, manifestation. All these things go into creating a successful, sustainable business that will help you sustain your lifestyle. Okay. This is what I did. I am someone who has had a business and I have a business degree. So I know what I'm talking about. I have the degrees. I have a degree in business, a degree in marketing. I have started and ran multiple businesses. I have taken my business from like 16,000, really zero. Then I was stuck at 16,000 all the way to multiple six figures. And I have helped other women of color do the same. My clients initially have come to me for career advice to help them get to six figures. I had a whole program, the Fearless Branding Formula. The whole point was to help women of color get to their first six figures in their career. Once we noticed they got to six figures, honestly, not many were fulfilled as what they thought they would be. Mostly because you start living at that level. We think six figures is going to change everything. It does change some things because it can be a significant increase, but it does not change everything, especially if your mindset does not change. right? So what we then see is that you're still working to capacity. You're still working late nights, early morning. You're stressed out. You're burnt out. The only thing is, yes, you're making the six figures, but everything else around you has gone up too: gas, groceries, mortgage, rent, taxes, everything, right? So what we want to know is like, how can I take this and find more stability? How can I say I am making six figures in my career, but I have no flexibility, no freedom, and my financial stability is on a whim because it's actually upon the judgment of my company, who may or may not make the best decisions. So how can we turn this into a six-figure career? This is for you whether you have your own business or not. This is going to be great. All right. So tip number one, I'm just going to get into it. You need to understand, if you're already making six figures in your career, you have a six-figure skill, at least one. At least one. But really, you probably have multiple six-figure skills. This is that mindset shift, because a lot of times we think when we're starting a business, we're starting from scratch. You do not need to start. You're not starting from scratch. Even if you're starting from something outside of your expertise, you're still not starting from scratch. You have work ethic, you have wisdom, you have reputation, you have a brand. You are not starting from scratch. However, what I find is that most of my clients and the people I work with have businesses related to what they're doing in their career. An HR director may start an HR consulting business, or an HR professional like myself may start a coaching business. I have clients that were therapists for companies that now have their own therapy practice, right? Usually it's somehow associated. Doesn't always have to be, but somehow associated. You need to understand you have a six-figure skill set. So you don't need to start from scratch. You don't read articles and look at videos talking about entry level or starting a business from scratch. You're not there. You're not at scratch. Okay. You have a six-figure skill set. You need to understand that. What that means is people will pay high value and high end for your services, for that skill set. That is the first thing. One of the first things I do when my clients come to me, we always increase their prices, because I'm like, why are you charging entry level? Why are you sitting here charging like you don't know what you're doing? But once you understand and once you really take that in and change that mindset, I have a six-figure skill set. Your skill set transcends environment. I always say the same thing about brand. You take that skill wherever you go. If you go to a new job, you still have that same skill. All right. Like, I want you all to see this, because this is an important first step. If you don't get this, everything else I say is going to fall by the wayside. Once I see my clients understand they have a six-figure skill set, then they're like, oh, I can sell a package. I can increase my rates. I can sell to corporations. I can adjust things. I don't need to do things the way I was doing it at work. I can now do things the way I believe is the best way, because I am an expert. I have a six-figure skill. That is going to be the first mindset. That's the first box we need to check in order to grow a six-figure business. Because if you don't even get that mindset, your math won't math. Your math won't math to get to six figures. I've seen people be like, well, I'm going to charge $9.99 for something. I'm like, 900? They're like, no, $9. I've literally, I was like, how you get to, that's a lot of people to get to 100,000, to get to six figures at $9.99. The math won't math, especially if you want to do this within a year, right? So in order to even start working out the math, you have to have the mindset of, I have a six-figure skill. All right. I want to make sure we all understand this. In order to get to the math, in order to even see the money, the mathematics of it all, the income and the revenue to get to six figures, you have to understand that you have a six-figure skill and you can make this. You're not starting from scratch. You don't have to charge like you're just entering the market. And that's one of the biggest mistakes I see. And at first, I used to think it was a pricing mistake. Once I started talking to my clients, I realized, no, it is a mindset issue. It's a mindset mistake. It's not a technical piece. This is a mindset issue. Once we flip that switch and they see, like, I have a six-figure skill, then we can look at increasing the prices, adjusting their rates, reorganizing their packages, offering multiple years versus just 1 year. Right now, we can see things a little differently because we have that mindset of, I have a six-figure skill set. That is step one. That's the first box we need to check. Number two, once we've checked that, now we need to go to, okay, I need to list all of my accomplishments. You should already be doing this. And this is not just something we do when review time comes around. You should be doing this every day throughout the year. Somebody gives you a compliment, a testimonial. You just worked on a big project. You're presenting to executives. Your team just did something huge. All these things you should be documenting, not documenting to give to your company. This is documenting for you. This is what I call stop hiding your trophies. We're no longer hiding our trophies. They need to be up front and center. You don't need to wait for somebody to announce something you did and then tag you on social media on LinkedIn. This is what you should be doing yourself. You just completed a multi-million-dollar project. Celebrate yourself and clap yourself. Okay. This is really important. You should be documenting and sharing your accomplishments right now. Right now. Okay. We are not waiting. Everything has to be done now. The good thing is, none of this is hard. We can work on changing our mindset right now. We can create a LinkedIn post in 10 minutes. None of this needs to take a long time or be complicated, but we do need to start taking steps right now. Okay. Same thing goes for your business. Y'all, I just got a testimonial and I was like, I need to share this out. I have to go through this with myself. Share your trophies, share those accomplishments and those wins. Share them, show people what's possible, but also show people what you are doing. Not what you can do, what you are doing right now. So whether you've already started your business or whether this is in your career, you need to be sharing those trophies, sharing your accomplishments right now, okay? Then flowing into that, the next step, we're building our brand right now. We're building our brand. We're connecting with people. We're talking to people. This is how I had a client, she was working full time and she got 10 clients in 2 months. When she first came to me, she thought this would take a year, maybe longer. I was like, no, you have your reputation. And because of her company, she was like, and I don't want to be on social media. Okay, well, you've built up a strong brand and reputation. Let's continue to build that brand. Now, just telling them, hey, you can refer to me as a company, as an individual. She booked out her practice in 2 months. She was a therapist. In 2 months, she was able to do this. This is why I'm telling you. So she was able to start garnering and generating income to start building her six-figure business within 2 months. But building your brand now is imperative. Do not wait. I see some people who are like, I'm so busy. If anything happens, okay, then I'll start. Or someone's laid off and they're like, you know what? I just got laid off, but I'm going to apply to 100 jobs a day. Then I'm going to start working on building my brand. You can apply to jobs and build your brand simultaneously. You can work full time and build your brand simultaneously. You can be starting a business and building your brand simultaneously. You should be doing this at the same time. What building your brand looks like is, again, sharing your accomplishments, telling people what you've done, telling people about your reputation. What is the reputation you want to build? What is the thought or the idea or the place you want to hold in somebody else's mind? So when they have a person that's like, oh, this person needs a six-figure career, I'm going to send them to Latrice. This person wants to build a six-figure or multi-six-figure business. You know what? Latrice specifically works with women of color to help them build and grow their six-figure business. I'm going to refer them to Latrice. That's how you want to hold. You want to hold the place. What is that place and spot you want to hold in people's mind so that they can refer you, so that they can recommend you, so that they can send you clients, right? So that they can collaborate with you. Speaking engagements is a great way to start building your brand as well. What topic can you speak on for an hour just off the dome? Somebody asks you a question, you like, I got it. I got everything, right? Think about that. We want to build this brand now. I would not wait and to be like, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen with my company. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen with this administration. I'm up for this new promotion. I would not wait. I would not wait. Okay. Speaking of that, if you are like Latrice, this is where I'm at. Whether your company has been doing layoffs or you're like, I've been thinking just with the environment, and you're like, I am really thinking about going from the boardroom to the business. I just did a free workshop on how I manifested $40,000 in 1 month as a woman of color business owner. I give tips, tricks, secrets. I give testimonials and examples of how I did this and I help my clients did this. Just put pivot in the comments and we will send you the link to that free workshop. Let me see. There we go. Put pivot in the comments. I'll send you the link to the free workshop. Also, for a limited time, and I have just a few slots, I'm also opening up my 15-minute virtual coffee dream session. If you want to speak with me one-on-one, 15 minutes, you have questions, specific things or challenges that you're working through in your career or business, and you're interested, okay, DM me, just DM me DREAM, DREAM, and I'll get you that link. We'll send you the link so you can book a free 15-minute virtual coffee call with me, okay? So that one you're just going to DM me DREAM, you'll get it. All right. I have a bonus. I have a bonus tip for you. You need to know, why are you doing this? What is your dream life? I had one client, she was like, her dream life is she wants to live part of the year in Jamaica. And I was like, okay, so how do we reverse engineer? What needs to happen? She's like, all right, I need a job where, one, I can afford it. Two, it needs to be completely remote and I can work anywhere in the world. That's what we worked on. Now, fast forward, she now has a 100% fully remote role. She has a place in Jamaica, and I think she goes to Jamaica like every other month. Okay. I had another client. She was like, Latrice, I want to be able to take midday naps. She was working till midnight. She was like, I want to be able to take midday naps and stop working at 6 p.m. and still maintain my six-figure. She had a six-figure business. She was like, I still want to have my six-figure business. I want to be able to spend time with my kids before they go to college. This is what we worked on. What is your dream life? And nobody else can dictate this. This is your dream life. That was her dream life. We were like, okay, let's start taking these midday naps. Block your calendar off at midday. Stop everything at 6. Phone automatically goes on do not disturb. It is not just we're going to create like, okay, just write down the dream life. What is the mindset shifts that needs to happen? One, she had to realize she was the CEO of her life and her business. Right? What do you want to manifest? How do we manifest this? What is the inspired action we needed to take? Right? Which is, some things were just systematic. Just block your calendar. But because she didn't have that mindset that she could do it, she's still thinking like an employee. We were like, you're the CEO of your life and your business. Block your calendar. She had a staff member too. Block your calendar. They just can't take lunch from 12 to 1 because that's when you're working. Or I just went to physical therapy and they have a sign on the door. The whole office is closed from 12 to 1 for lunch. And I'm seeing that is more and more common. The whole thing is shut down. You can't come, you can't call, you can't do nothing. Everybody is shut down for lunch. You can do this, but that shift of, I am the CEO of my life, right? I have a six-figure skill. People are going to pay me high value. I can take an hour off every day, right? And whatever I choose to do with that hour, you choose to do. But document, think about, what is your dream life? Okay. And this is exactly what I teach and what I share in my Dream Life CEO program, specifically designed for women of color business owners who are looking to increase their financial stability, increase their flexibility, and their freedom. Because this is what I truly believe. Having your dream business, having a business that you love, is what's going to set you up to manifest your dream life without sacrificing stress, without the burnout. Okay. Your business does not have to equal burnout. And this is the way that we're going to do it. Okay. If you all have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I always go back and check the comments. If you're interested in attending that free workshop, and you're going to get we'll send you the link and you can watch the replay instantly. Go ahead and just put pivot in the comments and we're going to send you that. So go ahead and take care of that. Get any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. If you want to have a call with me and take advantage of that virtual coffee call, just DM me Dream. We'll send you the link to book your free 15-minute call. You all have a wonderful week and chat with you soon. Bye.